Well, good news for the club of Man United. Rasmus Hojlund Liverpool return confirmed and is ready to obviously take on the side of Liverpool. His coach of the Danish national team has gone ahead to come out and really confirmed us that he is in dialogue with Erik ten Hag and looks like all is okay for Rasmus Hojlund. Welcome to this channel. This is the Rokani Media Football. Hope you guys are really having fun wherever you're watching us from. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And let's obviously get going and see how things go on. We are having Antony in the mix, and one of the biggest stories that is going to hate to shock me tonight or this evening, that Man United never signed Mason Mount for footballing reasons. And why did they have to sign him if it was not for footballing reasons? Smash the like button close to 200 times, and don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month. The Muslims, Ramadan Mubarak, and the Christians, we thank you all for really keeping it this channel always. Now, the coach of Denmark, who goes by the names of Kasper Hjulmand, has said Rasmus Hojlund will play on Sunday against Liverpool and must go through the match well. That's what we expect. We are in contact with Man United. I've talked to Erik ten Hag and we expect it to happen. Now, all of us, we need to eat that. Ten Hag told us that it's going to be 3 weeks for Rasmus Hojlund out. And for those 3 weeks, he missed the game of Fulham. He went ahead to miss the game of Man City. You know, he also went ahead to miss the game of Everton, and now this is the third week when he's coming in through to do the needful as a centre forward, and we expect him to come through when you're playing against Liverpool, and that is really good news for Rasmus Hojlund to return. Why is it good news for Rasmus Hojlund to return for the club of Man United? We know how we play when you're really having a number 9 like Rasmus Hojlund. He can really get us goals. I remember showing you the 2-3 chances that Marcus Rashford went ahead to miss out when you're playing against Man City, and imagining that if it was Rasmus Hojlund in the mix, you all agreed with me in unison that those would have gone ahead to go on as goals. Not so. That's what you went ahead obviously tell me. So I really believe that it's really right about that, and no one really doubts that Rasmus Hojlund has gone ahead obviously go ahead and really be so much pivotal into the season of Man United, and that has gone ahead obviously result into us missing him, and we are really excited that he really gets back as soon as possible. Now, for Rasmus Hojlund as a player, he had just scored 7 Premier League goals in 6 consecutive games. You know, that is Rasmus Hojlund for you, and this coming in through to obviously do the job in the game of Liverpool comes in at a very particular time, and good for him because he's not returning when you're playing in the Premier League, right? He's not returning when you're playing in the Premier League, meaning that he's going to come to play on Sunday against Liverpool. After playing against Liverpool, he will wait until we play against Brentford, you know, in the Premier League. So that means he can extend his record further by scoring in 8 or I think in 7 Premier League games consecutively, and you know that is very, very much possible for this lad who goes by the names of Rasmus Hojlund. He has shown us that he can do the job, and no one can really stop him from obviously taking on that position. So against Liverpool, it's his return. He'll go to the international break, and the national team of Denmark, I think, could be having some friendlies, right? Denmark will be having some friendlies, you know. Let me see the friendlies they're really gonna play. Let me see their fixtures and see which teams they're really gonna play, because he needs those games to obviously get him back. He needs those games to obviously get him back into the mix. Now, Denmark on the 23rd of March, they're going to be playing against Switzerland, and the 26th of March, they're going to be playing against Faroe Islands. That is Denmark for you. So we just can't wait to see him coming in through to play against Switzerland and play against Faroe Islands to really get him those goals, and then he returns in the Premier League to obviously get us going, because all we need in the Premier League, we don't need to draw points, but even the FA Cup, we need to win it and obviously take it home, and this is when you need Rasmus Hojlund to play the remaining games to really take us to where we deserve to be as a side of Man United. And the Manchester Evening News has gone ahead to obviously see him report to training at the Carrington, and this is how this young man went ahead to obviously pose for the photo. That is Rasmus Hojlund for you. Arriving at the Carrington ground to take part in the training sessions today. Even in the pre-match press conference for the side of Everton, before we went ahead to beat them by 2-0, Ten Hag told us that we might well come back a trio of players: Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, and Rasmus Hojlund. That is it for the side of Man United. So we just can't wait to see how that is really going to pan out. But it's really going to be very important to note that Rasmus Hojlund is really back for the game of Liverpool, and we just want to see him really banging those goals and really knock out Liverpool. You know, the biggest feeling for a United fan is to really beat Liverpool and knock them out of the FA Cup, you know, because they are a good team. But this time round, we are not playing at their home. We are playing at Old Trafford. When we went to their home, when some of our players were away, we went ahead to really hold them onto a draw. And with Bissaka back, Maguire back, and Rasmus Hojlund, I anticipate the best of the best from the side of Man United, and I think we are going to really give them a go for their money. That is it. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But welcome back, Rasmus Hojlund. I just can't wait to see him really get into that squad of Man United as we are playing against Liverpool. How many minutes will he play? Ten Hag knows better, and his team and the physios on what they've gone ahead to agree on the number of minutes this guy is supposed to be playing at the club of at the club of Man United. Let's go to this story that's going ahead to piss me off. Samuel Lucas, correspondent of United for the Manchester Evening News, confirming to us that a source close to one of the Man United players claimed Mason Mount's move to Man United was not for football reasons. Man United adamant they saved £10 million on Mason Mount. Jurgen Klopp touched base with him in January last year, and Mikel Arteta was reputedly telling confidence a deal was all but done. Now, if we never signed him for footballing reasons, why did we bring him on? Is he the record shirt seller of Chelsea, that they thought that when you bring him on, you'll sell more shirts? I think teams have gone ahead to move away from that. I thought that we are no longer that club that has gone ahead to obviously have obsession to get in players who really have huge following on social media, you know? However much we are brand and we're trying to make money, I think there are things that we shouldn't obviously be really working on, because it shows you that there was no plan for him to come into this team of Man United, because when you're having Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo, Amrabat, Bruno Fernandes, there is no way you're going to get Mason Mount in the team of Man United, because if you had a plan for him, there was no reason for United to go in for Sofiane Amrabat. Now, you ask yourself, why did Man United go for Sofiane Amrabat? Because when you get in Sofiane Amrabat, you are decreasing the playing time for Mason Mount, because every time you want to play double pivot, you'll be having either Casemiro or Sofiane Amrabat alongside Kobe Mainoo, you know. So, was he brought in to play in such games? I doubt. So, it's really very perturbing that a club of Man United is really trying to brag about the £10 million they really went ahead to save. Yet, the most important signing that we had to sign or make that season was all about Kim Min-jae. You know, that amount of money, signing Mason Mount, would have gone ahead to be used to bring in Kim Min-jae at the club of Man United. That is it. Because, look right now, of the two, who are we missing? Kim Min-jae would have gone ahead to be partnering up with Rafael Varane, you know, into that central defense, and would have gone ahead to give us something different. Lisandro Martinez, Kim Min-jae, some good partnership for the club of Man United. And I think that would have been the dream central defense partnership of every United fan. That Kim Min-jae, very fast, good in the air, and he's a press-resistant, technically gifted player, alongside Lisandro Martinez, whose attributes no longer need to be re-explained to anyone. So, I just really feel bad that a club of Man United is making such deals, and no wonder this player is struggling to come in through the club of Man United. Shirt 7 for him has come out known to work out for him, and looks like the jinx is on him, because the only two players that have gone ahead to obviously make that shirt number 7 really work well, ever since Ronaldo left that shirt number in 2009, has been only Cavani and Ronaldo himself when returned. But Valencia failed in that shirt number. Mike Owen tried a little bit, but not out to the maximum. Di Maria had an on and off season, was blowing hot and cold. Memphis Depay failed completely. Then, which other player took on that shirt number 7? After Memphis Depay. Who else? Alexis Sanchez failed completely, and it looks like if a Mason Mount coming into a club like Man United, I wouldn't have gone ahead to go in for the shirt number 7. I would have gone ahead to say, get me another shirt number, such that when I really get up and running, I really get that shirt number. And I think that shirt number was supposed to be for Alejandro Garnacho, let's all admit. Shirt number 7 was meant to be Alejandro Garnacho's shirt number. But as you know, Mason Mount came in through with his influence from the English side, and they decided obviously bring in an English brand that has failed to work out. And I think at the point X, Mason Mount won't really get into the team, because if he has failed to get into the team this season when he's really new and needed playing time, do you think he's going to get ample playing time at the club of Man United when United gets in more players during the summer of 2024? I doubt. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But it's really very annoying that we are still signing players known for footballing reasons, yet the club is a footballing club. So you get £60 million, put it onto the bench, and you don't really get results. That is really alarming. Let me see. Mason Mount, shirt sales, at Man United. Let's search and see. All right. How much could United have made from Mason Mount? Let me read this story and see exactly what they're really telling us. Is it a money-making venture? Please, 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 please. Lord, very well. I really want to see whether it's a money-making venture and see how many shirts this guy is going to hit to sell for the club of Man United. I really want to know. All right. So if United fans bought so 100,000 copies. So I'm gonna retask myself to come up with how much this guy went ahead, obviously, to really gate at the club of Man United and really pay in for his coming in through for the club. Because for me, I'm really not convinced with his signing. Because for the manager, I know that he's Erik ten Hag. He cannot really allow in a person like that, like him, to come in through and really take on the club of Man United like that. So that is it all about Mason Mount, and let's conclude it with Antony having problems with his case. And finally, we've gone ahead to get in a story coming in through from Telegraph Dhaka. That is James Dhaka. He's a correspondent of Man United for the for the Daily Telegraph. He says the ongoing police investigation surrounding Antony could scupper any moves Man United make to sell the winger this summer. The assault allegations present a major obstacle to a potential sale unless the case is dropped or the player is cleared before then. Antony and his representatives, who have long maintained his innocence and vowed to fight to clear his name, are convinced he has no case to answer and that the player will be vindicated. So, United has gone ahead to really make sales of certain players really very, very, very imminent. One of those they want to sell is Antony. Antony is to be sold by the club of Man United, but there is a very huge block that is standing into the way of United selling the player, and that is all about the cases he's really having. They are saying no club can obviously sign him if at all these cases are not done and dusted. So right now, you have to know that players like Paqueta, we are supposed to be playing for Man City, but he really had some betting problems, and he really never got sold there. One will ask, what's the impact of that? Look at what happened to Newcastle. Sandro Tonali was brought in through, but he really had cases to answer. Newcastle never went ahead, obviously. See that very, very important. Do you know what happened next? Sandro Tonali got banned for 10 months, and Newcastle's gonna hate to suffer. So I think teams don't want to obviously fall a victim into that. So guys, tell me your thoughts about Hojlund ready for Liverpool game. I welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Mason Mount having been signed for non-footballing reasons, yet is a footballer, and Antony selling block into the mix? So your thoughts onto that are welcome in the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts about that, about Hojlund, about Mason Mount and Antony. The Muslims, Ramadan Kareem, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. We want to hit the magic number of 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Rock and David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and enjoy your day in there for you.